A big healthy welcome to all of the signs. We've been going through the shit lately. We're a little tired. Obviously. This specifically speaks to me of air signs. You have your new baby. You thought you were going to have your new home, but you thought too soon. You've got a lot of backtracking and responsibilities to do, and it's going to take you a couple months to feel cleared up again. Not funny, once you clear it up, it just piles right back on. On to the next, on to the next, on to the next. It's a constant growing experience. Ground shaking work, really. Remember that you're also always 10 steps ahead, and it's quite impossible sometimes for people to be where you are, emotionally, energetically, literally. Just have patience. Speak your mind, not too much. Back it up. Take a moment, you know? Fill yourselves up. The dreams, the hope, and the life, they're really there for you. Just be confident and follow your intuition. The thing that I know about air signs is that you are the wise old sign rocking on the porch. You really do know what everybody's talking about, and you can see it from all the perspectives because you've heard it in the trees, like the wind whispers. It's not as crashing or deep as the seas. Sometimes it's twisted, but you're really good at making out what she says, as well as conducting the waters. So specifically, but not so specifically for Aquarius, is with conducting the waters, because air signs also turn the waters, the interiors of the water, you know. Yeah, wind tunnels in the ocean, right? So even the wind tunnels in the waves, like, we're really deep in and close. So speaking of deep in and close, you can magnify that perspective of yours for that situation of love, and you can see exactly where you are, right? You can get that close to it, so close to it that it's microscopic, but simultaneously you are able to back up 10 feet and see, right, how it's not. So the message is just breathe. And you know, you've been practicing not doing it all at once, even though it's so easy to do it all at once. And of course you want to. Who doesn't actually want to do it all at once? My girls, you dig? I'm like, my girls, my ladies, my feminims. A little message for the air sign full of here. Walking away is essential, but it's not permanent, and it's not what you necessarily need to do in the now. It might be for the future. Don't let people rush you. Don't let words, thoughts, fears rush you. You can only be where you are. Where you are is here. And I'm not worried about that for you. I'm just not. And what he greatly thought, he nobly dared. So all these plans, the ones that are out of the box, crazy, the ones that nobody else really thinks of or even necessarily would want to do, those are your plans too. You know, you're gonna get to them. I'm certain of it. You're certain of it. There's no doubt about it. At first, you're gonna go at it alone. Those who follow you will follow slowly behind. What you want to be and what you do and what you're thinking about doing is very ancient as much as it's new. It's like time to get rid of the money system or the monetary system as we see it. We're revamping it. And also we are revamping the policing systems. I mean, obviously there has to be reform. The peoples will change. Does that necessarily mean that we have to change everything drastically in the moment? No, it's better not to, actually. Take our time. A little bit at a time. I mean, look how far we've come. We're only going to get farther. You know that, right? We're only going to get farther. If you haven't seen that yet, see it now. We're only going to get farther. I'm like, is that a gray hair or such a blonde hair? Right? We find them in our hair every day. New ones. Popping up. I'm looking at myself today and I'm seeing my family. I'm seeing my ancestors. I'm seeing my aunts and my uncles and my cousins. And usually I don't look at myself that deep. I don't see my whole family line. But in this moment, wow, they're really shining. And you might notice this too, air signs. The people that you love are saying things you never thought they'd say. And they're standing in positions you didn't think that they'd be standing, and you're very, very proud of them. And they're very, very proud of you, because when it comes down to it, you all have that heart goal, same views. Like, we just want to be free. We just want to be true. We heard about that mark of the beast and we ain't doing it. We ain't doing it. And we know that the devil always disguises himself looking good. But how stupid does he really look? So, you know, and angels are known to have 3 heads. Be gargoyles. Scary ass motherfuckers are angels. Do you know why? Because God deserves respect and protection in his kingdom. Those dressing up and acting nice, please think twice before you decide that those are your leaders. That's a big fucking joke. Okay? Because God don't act nice. He cuts off heads. He flips tables. That's how his messengers are sent. So think about the trumpets. Yes, the last trumpets before God's heaven on earth. You know what I mean? Acronyms and words inside words and meanings inside meanings. It's pretty interesting for those of us that are constantly decoding. So air signs, Queen of Wands, a fucking abundance of knowing and getting what you want through that knowing and seeing above and beyond the bullshit. You understand? You see above and beyond it. Who else in the zodiac can see above and beyond? Maybe some of them are in it, some of them are burning it up or burning through it. You're like in the waters and the skies at the same time, like cranes coming down. Grandpa better put his helmet on or he's gonna get a beating. Right? Just be safe. The best bet is to protect yourselves. Guard yourselves. Guard each other. Be each other's guardians. Raise each other up. Don't be afraid to say what you know, what you mean. Especially if you've been doing that research. Especially if what you know is beyond the mainstream. A lot of us are so beyond the mainstream. It's like nuts. So just be aware of that. Just be aware of what's popular. You know, a lot of these spiritual books really are guidelines. They really are. the guardians of the galaxy. Not just the books, but the heroes that emerge. And some of us are reincarnates of those heroes. It doesn't matter which. It doesn't matter from where. You feel it in your heart. You know the scripture by heart. It's just natural to you. You've written it 1,000,000 times in Chinese literature in a Buddhist ashram. You've scribed 1,000 times as an ancient yogi in Arabic. You know what I mean? You've walked the plains of Judaism with Jesus, or Christianity with Christ. And it speaks to you in 1,000 different ways. I know you're not deaf. God's in nature. Those Wiccan women praying to the trees, the real ones, the God-gifted ones, talking to the angels, act like they don't know God. When they are always, in fact, doing the most righteous by those he created, the creatures of his planet, the Druids, like those African tribes, the real Taiwanese, creating that Reiki spirit that Jesus himself used. It's all infused, it's all one. And air signs, you're embodying that this time. Those with air signs descending, you're embodying that this time. You're bringing it forward. We're very proud of you. We're very happy for you. We're thankful for you. And because of you, it's really funny, we're going to move forward in a better way. It is the age of the Aquarius, so those Aquarius thoughts, they're scientific Aquariuses, they are spiritual Aquariuses, they are mathematicians. You don't know. It's all here. So all that air signs, they're connected in that Aquarius nature with the knowing right here. But it's like spirit guides them so quickly because the wind is right here by your ears, by your eyes, by your senses. So I don't necessarily do a love channel or I talk about this, but I'm specifically guided in this moment to talk to you about your partners or your potential partners. And remembering to grow inside of yourself first. I feel your partners have a lot of work to do and you know it and you're sending them on missions. But there are parts of you that are missing or feeling like they're missing at this time. But don't worry. They're going to show themselves and they're going to fix. Okay? Timelines change, jump, switch, but they're all existing. And every part of you that needs to be revealed is revealed, maybe in a different line. But it's there. And you're learning on every level. And for better or for worse, these parts of you are growing. Not for better or for worse, the better and the worst parts of you are growing. And when I say that, I mean they're growing in tandem with your growth, and they're learning as you learn. So as you expand and get better, this version of you right now watching this video, that version of you has no choice but to expand and get better, and those around you touching you, smelling your spirit, seeing what you're doing, same thing. They just get better and better. With all that being said, I'm so proud of you. And I'm so thankful for you. Namaste. Take your time.